Hi, this is Joanne Brookhyland, founder, co-CEO of Circle and Bloom. Thanks for watching. This is the introduction video for week 3 of our new blogging series called How Einstein Would Get Pregnant, which we hope is a fun and educational way to learn about how our brains and our minds influence our bodies and ultimately our fertility. So week 1 and 2, we covered our cells and we covered what we mean by the subconscious, respectively. So this week we intend to really fill out or continue on the description of what we mean by the subconscious and its role in our daily lives. And then, again, this is just the video intro. Tomorrow, please check back, which is when we'll have our full article as well as our podcast that gives some great examples, better description about what we mean by the subconscious, and then fundamentally ways that we can influence our subconscious in the way we react to events in our lives so we can remain as positive and as healthy as we can. So just as a quick tease, if you will, teaser into what we will be talking about, we covered the work this week of an author and a neuroscientist. His name is Dr. Richard Restack. And this is his book. He's actually written many books, but this is his book, Mozart's Brain and the Fighter Pilot. And it's the sub headline is Unleashing Your Brain's Potential, which is what I hope we all can do. But he has a whole chapter dedicated to emotions and our thoughts and how we can use them to our advantage. And actually, he brings in a very similar example to what I used last week, which is seeing a car drive down the street. Maybe it's a red car, which is a neutral event. But if you actually were in a car accident with a red car, that seemingly neutral event would produce a physical response, because what happens is, again, your senses bring in that information, and consciously, unconsciously, you react to those senses through your amygdala. The amygdala is where your emotional history and your emotional response resides. So the amygdala takes in that information and analyzes it and conjures up various emotional responses. And if you were, again, in a car accident, that emotional response would be quite dramatic. And it then signals to the hypothalamus, which then signals to the rest of our body. And you might have sweaty palms, your heart may beat faster, and so on. And what he talks about is, he says, luckily, the amygdala is something that we can reprogram, change, influence. And actually, he brings in the idea of simply talking to your brain, realizing consciously that you're having that reaction, and then saying things like, I haven't been in a car accident in a while. Just because I see a car doesn't mean that I'm going to be in an accident. And really kind of negotiating with your amygdala so that you can have a better feeling, a better positive outlook. There is much more that we cover in our podcast as well as in our blog post. So please check back. And more importantly, we've gotten some great feedback so far, but please continue. Let us know what your thoughts are, your experience as well, which will hopefully make this to be a fun and very collaborative learning experience for all of us. So thank you so much for watching. And again, check back tomorrow. This is week 3 of How Einstein Would Get Pregnant. Joanne Brookhyland, founder, Circle and Bloom. Thanks so much.